Tony. Tony. Y'all could have took Tony the Tiger. Y'all take Tony's. Clank, clank, we in this bitch. I'm about to go ahead and motherfucker, I should have been vlogging way earlier, but I'm about to go in here, watch the fucking final end game, dog. I'm sad, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I'm seeing it late. I seen that people was already saying Tony Stark has died, and bro, I just seen so much other stuff, and I was pissed off, so I had to leave my girl to even come see this, and I'm mad. She's supposed to be right here with me, like, but it's cool though. So y'all stay tuned. Of course, I'm not gonna show everything behind the scenes. That's stupid. I'm gonna give y'all reviews and how I feel about everything. Love y'all, clank, clank. You already know, so we just checked out, you feel me? So everything went out crazy as hell. Shout out to all the Marvel gangs in this beat. We gonna get home and check, get straight to the reviews. What's good, guys? This your boy, Mr. Clank, clank. We finna go crazy. We finna do a reaction to the end game. We finna find out what the hell was going on with the ending of the movie. And like, I know if you saw this is a spoiler alert. So if your ass ain't see it, you better come after, you feel me? So I know some of y'all was left off and kind of confused at the end, so it's all cool and gravy. We finna watch this because I'm stuck like y'all, but I ain't really stuck, but I don't want to be stuck, but I really want to know more information about this. So we finna tune in to this real quick and get crazy with it. So let's go. Yeah, so we finna check out Avengers Endgame, biggest unanswered question. Subscribe to them, by the way. Let's see what the hell they talking about. And subscribe to my channel, comment all that crazy shit. Comment clank clank for subscribe back. Shout out to the ad.
I like that it's free.
Oh, I already started this. Let me start it over. You can tell I was in this bitch researching like rah. Ski ski.
Endgame, there are still a few nagging questions that weren't entirely summed up by the time those credits rolled. Some of these questions go back multiple films in the franchise, while others were introduced in Endgame and then seemingly abandoned. What are we talking about? Snap on your spoiler gloves, because we're digging deep to find all the unanswered questions from Avengers Endgame. Once again, to be clear, spoilers ahead.
See,
There
they
was a
said the
lot
same
of mantle
shit.
passing in the closing moments of Endgame, much of it in...
Cause by the way, to everybody that spoiled just a teeny bit of it, I wanted to slap you with my motherfucking socks. You feel me? So I know how I feel, so that's why I'm warning you.
heartwarming fashion. Old man Cap passing his shield onto Falcon.
Woo! Did you hear that? A motherfucking brother done turned to motherfucking Captain Underpants. I mean Captain America, sorry about that, but...
Get much better than that. We've got a more grown-up Cassie Lang in the picture, and Clint hit a bullseye with his...
Hey, and stop trying Ant-Man. Like, I'm tired of telling y'all this. Y'all not gonna try Ant-Man, bro. He just got out of jail. That's why y'all don't know about him. If you don't know about him, like Famous Deck said, read about it. God damn it.
But what about Iron Man? Who's set to replace him? The obvious choice
His
is,
girl.
of course, little Morgan Stark. Her father even died in a battle with an intergalactic wacko. Stuff that in a box and label it origin story. But if that's the timeline the MCU is taking, it raises the question, when is the next time we'll see a version of Iron Man on the big screen? Morgan's, what, 4 years old? Less than 5 for sure, because of the snappings. By the time she's old enough to strap on some nanites, the rest of the Avengers will be hanging up their own suits. Months before
Oh,
Endgame's
yeah, 'cause she
release,
is
a
young.
theory was making the rounds that Tony Stark would make his own Infinity Gauntlet and reverse Thanos' snap. It didn't happen quite like that, but the theory was pretty dang close, and it brought up some really interesting points that we were all hoping would get answered in Endgame. One is the idea that Tony has been feeling echoes across time from using the stones. Across several movies, Tony Stark has been having problems with his arm. If he had such immense power at his fingertips, some of that power might ripple backwards through time and give him arm problems as far back as Captain America's Civil War. But Infinity War brought that ripple even closer to home. Remember how Tony Stark had a dream that Pepper had a baby girl and they named her Morgan? A dream like that could have been another echo from the future, since future Tony knew that he had a daughter when he used the Infinity Stones. And its placement in the film just before Endgame has to be more than a coincidence.
A few trusses, and that's it, just in case there's a monster in the closet, instead of,
Sure. Unfortunately, it's all still just speculation, since Endgame never really addressed that in any way. Infinity War's big thing was unquestionably the snap. Thanos foreshadowed it, then the final battle came and he upheld his promise, turning half the...
Did you see how that motherfucker snapped? I never snapped it like that, you feel me? That boy did a gang sign. That boy, Thanos, I'll beat your motherfucking ass.
Into dust with a snap of his fingers. Cinematically, it's great. It's one instantly identifiable gesture of annihilation that also says, look how easy it is to clean up the universe.
I need that bitch at my house.
From a comics perspective, it holds up well, since that's what Thanos did in Infinity Gauntlet. So then Endgame comes along, and the only way to make the stones work is now snapping. Is that in the Infinity Manual? When Professor Hulk put on the glove the first time, he was clearly picturing what he wanted to happen, since he says he also tried to bring back Natasha. And in the final battle, both Tony and Thanos try snapping. The movie never answers the question of whether there are other ways to use all the stones. After all, if they're powerful enough to bring back trillions of life forms with all their...
Listen, fuck all that shit she talking about. But on some G stuff, I need y'all to tell me what y'all think about this. Like, what you think the next phase gonna be about? What you think, like, oh man, how did we lose Tony? God. Let me get a napkin. We probably ain't even got no napkins, dog. Tony! Y'all could have took Tony the Tiger. Y'all take Tony's. Oh!
Memories and costumes intact. Would just wishing be enough without the snap? Let's face it, any movie dealing with time travel is going to run into problems. For its part, though, Endgame did wrap up a lot of loose timelines, explain most of what needed explaining, and keep the plot moving. Out of all the time travel shenanigans, one question that was almost definitely intentionally left unanswered was the 2012 Loki's whereabouts. If you remember, while in the past after the Battle of New York, Stark fumbled the Tesseract, and Loki snagged it while no one was looking and slipped away into a portal. By doing so, he presumably created a different timeline that didn't end up with that version of himself being choked by Thanos. So now there's a rogue Loki roaming around another timeline. But the movie leaves that guy's fate completely unmentioned. What kind of mischief is he getting up to with the ability to travel anywhere in the universe?
I'm sorry about that thing with the Tesseract. I just couldn't help myself.
There's a huge disconnect between the way the Infinity Stones are...
By the way, I'm finna go buy me a Tesseract, as soon as I finish this video. Y'all comment below and tell me which color should I buy.
Built up in the previous movies and the way they're handled in Endgame. Literally handled. In Guardians of the Galaxy, the Collector gave a whole
Guardian of the Galaxy 3 on the way!
PowerPoint presentation that explained how only a being of extraordinary strength can wield an Infinity Stone. A few seconds later, his lady servant grabbed the Power Stone and exploded to prove to audiences that he wasn't lying.
She a down bitch.
Sure, using the stones is devastating, but it's pretty clear what these stones can do to you just by touching them. Fast forward to the endgame, though, and people are tossing around the stones like hot potatoes. For starters, Hulk and Hawkeye both held a stone in their bare hands. Granted, those are plausible at least. The Hulk is, if nothing else, a being of immense power. And just like Thanos, Clint Barton was given the Soul Stone in exchange for his sacrifice. So maybe he was allowed to hold it. Even so, it's not like the stones in the gauntlet are shielded by anything, and yet half the Avengers got in on that game of keep away with the glove. None of those mortals even brushed a finger across an Infinity Stone. None of them caught it wrong or slapped a palm over a Reality Stone or two. When Peter Parker...
And by the way, if you watching this, I meant to tell you this. Just because you see this shit, it really don't show you the whole movie. So you good. Like, it do give you some tips what to look for when you watching the movie. Because if you watching the movie and you ain't see all 21 movies, you gonna need this. Woo!
back during that epic final battle. He tells Tony that he must have passed out because when he woke up back on Titan, Stark was gone. The implication there is that time didn't pass for the people who were dusted. 5 years went by in the real world, but all the dust bunnies came back just thinking they'd taken a quick nap.
Yeah,
it goes by
that
pretty
was
smoothly,
crazy.
mainly because there's so much other stuff happening then. But during the wrap-up scenes, when we see Peter back in school reuniting with Ned, you start to wonder, how is society going to reconcile what happened?
So tell me this, y'all don't, like, come on now. Like, if they reversed everybody, whatever the case is, you don't think they could revert, I mean, Thanos is gonna get reversed back? If he do, just bring him to me, I'll beat his ass. He ain't shit. I'll throw these blows with his bitch ass. And take the gauntlet. And I'll snap my fingers and do the steps. And I'll do it all by myself. You feel me? And by the way, I'm the Lost Avenger. And the album coming soon. Clank Styology, Lost Avenger.
That all of Peter's friends were apparently also dusted. So now they get to finish going through high school together. But what about the rest of the world?
And that was another thing about Spider-Man. How was he able to still go back to that same school 5 years later? That's what I was kind of lost at.
Most of these people essentially blinked, and City Field suddenly looks like the apocalypse. Little Susie's in college. Grandpa Joe's kidneys failed. He's dead. Picture that, but multiplied by billions. The world is going to have a whole heck of a lot of work to do fixing things up, and Endgame didn't touch on that question at all. Finally, the most important question of all is, who does put mayo on a hot dog?
I said that in when the movie first started, that's the first thing I said. I ain't gonna tell you my real thoughts about it though.
Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus even more Looper videos about Avengers Endgame are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.
Alright, so look, y'all make sure, I'm gonna put their link in the bottom so y'all can see everything without me talking and all that crazy stuff. But listen, man, like this Endgame, it ended off so crazy, it got my mind blown, you feel me? It felt like I missed the funeral of Tony Stark, and I feel highly upset about that, you feel me? Because us Avengers, we not supposed to leave each other at all. I don't care. Like, you saw Captain Marvel dealing with 7 different planets was at the funeral. I wasn't there. I probably had a show somewhere. By the way, I'm going on tour with Xavier Wolf. Here go to Sheet, so make sure y'all arrive if y'all in these cities. We going on the West Coast tour, you feel me? And I'm gonna do some more of this Avenger Endgames, cause it's like, yo, I watch 20 movies. I stayed home and everything. 20 movies. I don't think y'all understand that, man. Like, it took about 2 weeks. 2 weeks or a week. I forgot the loss, but I was so in it, you feel me? Whoever was calling me or distracting me while I was watching it, it was a fuck you! And I finally got through it and then saw Endgame yesterday, which was Sunday. When I wanted to see it Friday, and I got all the spoiler alerts and all that type of stuff. So I finally got a chance to see it yesterday. And now it's time to get into this Game of Thrones, you feel me? I just got on the Game of Thrones. So far I like it. I'm on season 1, episode 4, you feel me? I can't wait till I make it to season 3. I ain't gonna lie to you. What's up with all this Starks dying, goddammit? I just noticed that Lord Starks, I ain't gonna lie, I did see him die, and that's what made me get into it, and then I'm starting all the way over. So, I must say Ariel is a motherfucking truth. You feel me? She grew up on my block, so we ain't gonna get more into that. You feel me? Cause I ain't no full snitch, I'm a half snitch. You feel me? I ain't gonna snitch her all the way out, but I'm gonna let you know she from where I'm from. You feel me? Just like the Avengers, all these people that y'all see, they my family. You feel me? We got the same energy. Nah, I can't turn into a, you feel me, a Avenger on camera, you feel me, because I'll be snitching on myself. But hey, yo, that was it for today. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, make sure you subscribe. I almost fucked up the word. Make sure you Hey, you ever know when someone fuck up on the word, they try to play that shit off? So make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all comment. I don't give a fuck about like whatever, cause my girl like me. That's all that matters. God like me, but still like, you feel me? I'm just bullshit talking, trying to act cool and shit. Like, And shout out to Rolling Loud. Hey, if you don't know, go to my channel. Go to the playlist of Life with Mr. Clank. You'll see all my Rolling Loud. Shout out to Rolling Loud for the dope jacket. You already know what time it is. Ooh, get smoothie with it. That's my first time ever doing that dance. So we finna head out, and you already know on 1, 2, 3, we finna say clank, clank. 1, 2, 3, what? Clank, clank, pussy boy. We don't gotta do